Hey there, everybody. Welcome. We are in the energies still of the full moon that was last night in Sagittarius, which is a very active archetype. So we've got activity going on, and boy, am I feeling it, as well as the relationship between Cancer and Jupiter. They are dancing together in the cosmos, and they will be doing so for the next 13 months. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but really I want to talk about just the next leveling that is really, it's like that engine is turning over right now. And I think that the second half of 2025 is going to be bringing us a lot of opportunities to really step up. So I did a video last week on, I think it was last week, what does next leveling mean? And we're gonna talk more about that today. And we want to know and understand that the cosmos are actually supporting this, right? They are calling for it. They are bringing forth all of the energies to activate us into these next level expressions. So thanks for being here. I hope this is piquing your curiosity. We're going to go in a couple different directions with this. And yeah, so thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing and liking. All right, so briefly, Jupiter in Cancer, right? Both of these are really mirrors, beautiful mirrors of each other. So being a Cancer myself, Cancer loves home. Cancer loves safety and security. Cancer loves comfort. Cancer loves love. Cancer loves all that is nourishing and nurturing and very maternal. Jupiter loves all of these same things. So there's just this beautiful combination and amplification of like energies that are really giving us an opportunity to step up into more expansive energy, which Jupiter is all about expanding what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you are doing. So we want to be making sure for the next year that we are coming into continuous alignment, that our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs, and our behaviors are all holding the same thing, right? We're not over here thinking, oh my gosh, I am so unhappy doing this A, B, C, or D, but I'm speaking something different than that, and I'm doing and behaving in ways that are that, right? They are what we don't like. So that's just going to be amplifying more and more of that experience and reality. So what we want to be doing, right, is anchoring into more love. And while I love the home, right, I'm all about nesting and creating like a sanctuary in the environment that surrounds me. I want to talk more about the deeper home, which is our physical being, which is actually the temple that houses our soul. And then our external home, right, that we live in our 3D reality, so to speak, is the home that, or the sanctuary even, that houses our body temple. So we've got layers and levels that we're working with more and more, moving into more subtle realms as we move through the second half of 2025 and onward. So we want to be resonating with our truth, with our highest truth that is connected to love, that is connected to abundance, and that is connected to our soul presencing in our body temple. The more that we do this with Jupiter and Cancer coming together, we're going to find ourselves in what I'm kind of, I don't know, I woke up thinking brand new era, right? This is creating a foundation for a brand new era. And for that, we could say the foundation of the new earth template, the foundation of our personal lives being up-leveled into much higher coherent frequencies and qualities of being. So on that note, moving forward, we are also, so let's say you've been on this healing journey for a while, and you've been actively doing the inner work, and you have found more and more clarity, more and more peace, more and more of your own authenticity, more and more of your own comfort in your own skin, right? You've practiced self-love, you have practiced self-honor, and we're not talking about perfection here because this is an ongoing practice of the purification of our egoic structure, our personality that has been conditioned by living in the world, which is all fine and good because all of it has been appropriate for when it's been appropriate. The times that we're in now, our personality, our conditioning, that egoic structure, depending on what we want to be experiencing as our reality, cannot really hold the trump cards anymore. This next leveling is calling us forth into divine maturation, spiritual maturation, and mastery. And if you're on the beginning of your journey, this may not be exactly where you find resonance or where you are getting what you need. But thank you for being here, and I'd love for you to stay. But just know that if you're just beginning, this is going to give you like the foreshadowing, which is awesome, of where you're going. So on my Patreon page, and I'm going to just invite you over there, okay, all of you over to the Patreon. That is going to be the place where I'm going to go deeper into processes, experiences, and deeper learning. So if you're on a solid trajectory of really doing the work and actively participating in your awakening process, that's going to be the place to be, because that's where I'm going to be bringing more support in ways that are going to give you an impact. Maybe not just bring inspiration and new information, but we're going to be embodying. So on there, I reposted a video, and it's free over there, that is on who are you when the healing is done. All right, so go over there, see where you're at in your journey, right? Get get kind of an overview of what that means, at least from the embodiment and from my perspective. So as we move into this maturity and mastery, we are beginning to invite in our divinity. All right? What is our divinity? What does this mean to be evolving into a divine human? There are layers and phases and stages, obviously, of course, right? It's a process. This is our evolution. And this is what we're going to be focusing on more. How do we access it? What is it? How will we know when we are receiving those parts of ourselves that are already divine? This has everything to do with becoming soul embodied. It has everything to do with activating our divine blueprint. It has everything to do with learning to hone your discernment and your own intuition of what your true journey is, number one, and number two, what does that look like? How can you travel along your path with a deeper understanding and clarity so that you know who you're dealing with in here? What parts of you are you communicating with? Are you communicating with your wounded parts? Are you communicating with your healthier parts? Are you communicating with, fearful parts? Are you communicating with your higher selves? Right? Those multi-dimensional aspects of you. And are those higher selves, or are those guidances and your voice and those voices connecting you more fully to your soul presence, right? To your own soul power, to divine source. So these are going to be some of the topics and some of the areas, just a few, that we're going to be diving into starting in July. I'm very excited about this. We're going to be doing a weekly class. And this weekly class is Remembering Your Wholeness. What does that mean? Remembering your wholeness. Well, part of what that means is we've been living from a place of forgetfulness, of not knowing the true beauty that we are. And all of that's been for its own purpose and perfection, and now we're evolving back into remembering. This is part of what the healing process is. But I'm reframing the healing into remembrance of our wholeness. And when I expand that out, I call it our holy wholeness. So this class is going to start in July, the first Wednesday of July, which is July 2nd. It's going to be every Wednesday, probably an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. If you want to know more about it, then please go to my website. It is the featured blog right now at lotuslindley.net. I'll put the link below where you can contact me. So what I'm doing is, if you want to go on this journey, you don't have to show up every week if you don't want to. There will be a replay if you cannot do it live, but you'll need to register for the month, okay? And that registry for the month will give you the replays whether you join live or not. And then you can decide if you want to stay with us for the second month, right? every class is going to build on itself because we're doing a journey of evolution. And so you can't really skip around. You can, but we're doing this in a way that is practical and pragmatic, right? To keep things with ease and grace and simplicity. So it doesn't have to get so complicated. So you're going to go to my website, you're going to go to the contact, you're going to send me a note, right? With your information. What is your inspiration? What is calling to you about this? Are you just curious? Do you feel like you're ready for a next level? What is it? And why are you motivated? So why am I asking this? Because I want you to get the most value out of what we're doing. And part of that value comes from understanding your why. What is the deeper meaning and purpose? Thank you, one of my clients, for just like, I love just helping me to remember that phrase. What is your deeper meaning and purpose for it? Are you actively seeking momentum and help and support? And are you ready to evolve and grow into your next leveling? All right. So once I receive that, I'm going to reach back out to you, and then we'll talk about, those details. Okay. Some of the details that go along with it. Not a lot of details, but like pricing and time frame and just suggestions for helping, you to get the most out of the experience. So that starts in July. Super, super looking forward to that. The next thing that I want to announce, because this is all pivoting us for this next part of 2025, Cancer and Jupiter, dancing together, bringing expansion of amazingness, if that's what we're tuning into, if that's what we're desiring, if that's what we're choosing. So the second thing is going to be on the 18th, and this is of this month of June. So it's next Wednesday, the summer solstice celebration activation. We're going to do this on Zoom together, and I invite you to join us, right? If you've been on here and you've been listening to videos and you're interacting with me, as some of you are, and you're getting value out of this, then I'm going to invite you. We'd love to have you come into a community experience. Now, it's kind of, it's a 5:30 time frame, so I know that that's a little bit challenging for work schedules for some people. The replay will be available. But this is going to be really working with the solar codes, right? The energies and frequencies and information coming in from the sun on Saturday, the 21st, which is solstice. We're getting a little head start so that you will be prepared, open to receive, activated, so that you can then begin to really utilize Saturday for summer solstice as the living portal that it is. What does that mean when I say the living portal? It means that it is a conscious opening in time and space through the cycles of nature, the wisdom of the natural world that amplifies and activates and helps to anchor that wisdom. And that we're going to be working with that embodiment. All right? So I hope that you join us for that live, or at least get the replay. The replay will also probably be available in some way, shape, or form over on the Patreon. I'm still kind of figuring out the nuts and bolts and fine tuning. But right now, what I can share with you that is available on Patreon starting tomorrow is that, well, really starting in July, it's already activated. However, you can start it in July or you can start it now. It's up to you. The first tier membership, there's a free content as well, right? You can always unlock whatever you want to hear, but the first tier is the moon time meditations and light language activations, and I'm going to be including in those the second part of the embodied moments light language activation. So that first tier, you're going to get the 2 full moon and new moon meditations and activations every month, and then you're going to get at least one of the embodied moments meditation in conjunction with the light language activation. So for $8.88. All right. So what I'm wanting to do is give you guys the opportunity to do the light language, to receive the light language. Because if you haven't invited light language into your life consistently yet, you probably don't realize the deep transformational impact that it has to support this process, to really support your frequency, your consciousness, your emotions, and your thought patterns in not just activating, but clearing all of this old stuff, these old patterns and programs that you might just be dragging around with you because you don't know how to release them. And I also wanted to make these embodied moment activations available for this Cancer in Jupiter time that we're in, because the more that we can activate higher frequencies and higher qualities of being, of divinity during this time, the more power that they're going to have, the more oomph, right? Because the planets are conspiring for us to come home to who we are, right? The true essence of who we are, remembering us into our divine humanity. All right, that's all I'm going to say today. So thank you so much again for being here, and I will put these links below. I hope to see you. I hope to continue to share and deepen and grow with you through those offerings on Patreon. We're still going to be here. You're going to get heads up for any, deeper processes that we're probably going to do. But if you're a member over there, even a free member, you're going to get to see them pop up, of course. And then you can always decide whether you want to unlock them for a minimal paid price, which I appreciate because it supports my work. It supports my being able to be here and to share and do what I'm here to do. And maybe, maybe you'll find after doing some of the free stuff that you have a little bit more awareness, right, of the power of doing some of the deeper processes that I don't do with just everybody. All right. Many blessings, much love, and keep just immersing yourself in the beautiful moon energies over the next couple days. We have a lot of support, a lot of loveliness, a lot of healing forces coming in, and self-nurture, self-love is really prominent right now. All right. Talk to you soon.